You're listening to Dating Detours, where love gets messy, the stories get wild, and we talk about it with no filters. I'm your host, Marcus Toller. We're diving into the chaos of modern dating, one detour at a time. Another episode of Dating Detours. It's our first episode from the casting couch. The home studio, we'll call it. I got my guest here today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Rebecca. I currently live in Centerville.
Yep, that's what my next question was. Yep. Age, sex, location, like the AOL days.
Yeah, sex, obviously female. Well,
you never know nowadays. You never know.
Are
you originally a female?
No, this is original product. So yes, original born female and 53.
53. All right. Well, welcome to the show. This is someone that I happen to know. I end up interviewing all my friends at some point. Actually, a friend of your daughter's from way back.
It's been a few years, yes.
It's been a while. Back from my beer pong and DJ journey.
You also helped me set up my webpage for for custom agile technology. So.
Yeah, ended up building your webpage at one point. We did a photo shoot for you guys. Yeah, so we've been around the block a few times. Everybody, we know each other. So let's dive into the dating history. Obviously, you got 3 daughters, so you were married at some point.
Yes, I was married 28 years when my husband passed away.
Oh, wow. How old were you where you got married?
20.
Wow, the good old days. Fresh
1920. Oh, yeah.
Fresh out of high school, fell in love, and went off to start a life.
We were a tech school marriage.
Tech
romance,
school, not the nerdy tech school marriage.
Tech school, it's Navy. He was Coast Guard, I was Navy.
Okay, military.
Yep.
So where did you guys meet?
Met in Pensacola, Florida. I was going through what was called my A school in the Navy.
Right.
And he was going through a C school with the Coast Guard.
Okay.
So met him on that I got stood up actually.
Wow. So got stood up and got married.
Yeah, met him. We started dating and
Hot and heavy right off the top.
Pretty much. Yeah. And we were our first, oh good heavens, I would say the first 7 years that we were together / married, we were not stationed together. I was stationed after A school. He ended up in Portsmouth, Virginia, and I ended up in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
I always loved Puerto Rico.
I bet. I always wonder how these kind of marriages, these military marriages and relationships work, is because I'm like, how did you get to the point where you were stationed together or were able to live together and come together? How the hell do you pull that off?
It was not a normal situation.
Like, do you got to put a request in? And like, on the top level, what's the military process to pull this off?
Well, first off, you have to have a chit to get married, which is a request that
got to get approved.
You have to have.
Got to get approved.
Yep, get approved to get married.
So let's go slow here because I'm really curious. What's that approval process look like? Are they like, well, we got to do a background check on your potential bride?
Depends on what your job is.
Because I know you guys.
It wasn't the bride that was the problem; it was the groom.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
because I know you were up in the top secret shit.
Yes, and that was a problem. My late husband was born in Grand Turk, which is the Turk and Caicos Islands.
Okay.
All right. So when I put down that he was from Grand Turk,
are we not friendly with them?
The security officer freaked out because he saw turkey.
Oh,
so
gosh.
Here I am with a security clearance marrying a guy from Turkey.
Yeah, you're about to bring a spy in.
Right. And which then he was really confused because then there was Grand Turk, which is part of the Virgin Islands, but it's part of the British Virgin Islands. So he was born in Turks and Caicos, and then he moved to Antigua when he was around 9 years old.
Okay.
So
of course they want to know everything at this point.
Oh yeah.
They're like, who the hell is this
Turkey
guy?
And everything. And
where did he come from?
And we talk about everybody with our background and everything. Because of course you would think that he's from the islands. I mean, and of course, he did have the Caribbean accent and everything. And the man was more Anglo than I am. Right. I have more mix in my heritage than he ever did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was actually quite humorous. So it wasn't
like your typical island boy.
No, it wasn't. So
y'all guys are like, what the hell, dude? This dude looks like a basic white dude over here.
And I was completely not what...
I've seen your kids, and I'm like, everybody looks like basic white people.
Well, You didn't meet the youngest. The youngest came out, looked a little darker, and they were afraid to kind of hand her to him.
What did, well, I guess the youngest, well, no, because that's the youngest. So by then, everybody's white girls, and here comes a little darker. What was he jumping to that? What was everybody's take on that? Like,
okay, so
because as a dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be like, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the kid, I'm looking at me.
Okay,
I'm like,
so thankfully he already knew my heritage. My great grandfather and his brother were Blackfoot Indians, and they were adopted by Mormon missionaries.
Wow.
So you can't tell that I am that, but I have a lot of Native American ancestors. So Blackfoot,
so
and everybody wants to claim Cherokee.
Right,
you don't have any Cherokee.
So that's the daughter that got it.
Yes. So when she was born in December. She was born in December. There's actually a lot of funny stories surrounding her birth. So she came out with not only with a tan, but jet black hair, like sticking straight up off her head.
Yeah, as a dude, I'm like, that's
and
not mine.
The nurse literally was like, congratulations, Dad?
Maybe. Oh, man, I can only imagine.
And she was my third daughter. And I swore I was having a boy. When I had an ultrasound, told that we were having a girl. And never play jokes on your children because it comes back as karma. My next door neighbor, she and I both got pregnant on our birthdays.
Wow.
Mine was March 10th. Hers was March 9th.
Wow.
She had her ultrasound done before I did. Well, it means that they were December birthday babies, right? Well, she had her ultrasound done before I had mine, and she was having a boy. And I teasingly told the girls, I told Jessica and Daniela, my two old daughters, I told them, I said, Shelly got the last boy of the year. You're going to have a sister. So
and you did.
So a week later, I go in and the ultrasound said, oh, look, it's a girl. I said, no, it's not. And you're like, no, it's a girl. And my husband is laughing because here I just played this horrible joke.
Yeah.
Well, my girls refused, even after she was born, refused to speak to the neighbor for like 3 weeks. Because the funny thing is he was born with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Looks more like
my oldest.
Right in,
yes,
right.
absolutely.
So I'm like, that's Jessica.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, there's your brother.
So, but thankfully, Adam, my husband, knew that.
So that's
I had
crazy.
them mixed,
We went off path for a second. Let's get back. Yeah, no, it was great. But let's go back to the real question of like, okay, so now they're like, who the hell is this dude? What does the application process look like? They got to do the background check, all the things.
Yes.
Which is just crazy to me. Like, let's talk about that for a minute. Is like, okay, I'm in the military. I'm role playing it in my mind, and I meet this hot chick overseas or something, and now I got to get approval to fall in love.
Very common.
I got to get approval to fall in love and bring this person back.
Well, it's because it's the green card hitch.
Well, there's that.
And you have these young, dumb guys that think that the stripper's in love with them.
Right.
And
well, it's different for the guys. That's what I'm saying. Because, I mean, my dad was a Vietnam vet and, like, all the things. And he's like, you'd be surprised how many guys brought Vietnamese girls home. Yep. And there's their wives. And I'm like, you see it now. You still see it.
Yes.
Living around Quantico where we're at, like, you still see it happening. I have friends that were married to people in the military, and she's like, yeah, he left me for the overseas chick.
Yeah,
the side chick overseas when he was deployed.
And it's stuff that's been going on for generations.
And then when they get divorced, they end up bringing them home because they're like, well, I lost my wife, so I'm bringing you back.
Well, actually, it's my mother got married to my father, who is in the Air Force, and So you come from a line of military, and they got divorced when I was really, really young. But when my sister was born, she was born in Cherhuga, Spain.
Wow.
And my dad actually went on orders to Thailand for 6 months.
What happens over there?
He brought back his mistress.
I'm sure.
And because it was a culture there very much a European cultures of mistresses.
Right.
And he brought back this woman. And my mom was responsible for her.
Wow. So, I mean, just to be clear, everyone that hears my personal people that hear me talking about wanting to go to Thailand, I did not know that's a thing. Now I definitely want to go to Thailand even more because I'm over here like, me being the crazy dude I am and my thoughts and everything, like, I can only imagine going over there and they're like, oh no, that's your mistress now. You got to take her home with you.
And you are responsible for her and her family. Absolutely.
That's so wild.
I mean, my mother chased this woman off and literally.
Like, how long did it take her to get rid of her?
15 minutes. My mother is like a
if she's
5'2",
like wild,
redhead,
firecracker.
Yes, she was like, "Oh, hell no,
we're not doing this."
But the woman actually showed up a couple months later and said, no, a couple of weeks later, and said, "You're responsible for me.
Be like,
Your
no,
husband brought me here,
right? You can't just ditch me."
Yeah. So
did she finally give in and was like, "All right"?
What my mother did was she knew
how do we
that
remedy that?
There was an officer on base that was looking for a housekeeper.
So she just pawned
and my mother at the time was working as a waitress at the SSO club, the officers club.
Right.
And she was really good friends. She was really good friends with the housekeeper, and that's exactly what she did.
That's awesome.
That's exactly what she did.
Hey, well, at least it worked out for the Tyler.
But it was it's not. But that was also in the 60s.
Yeah, especially in the 60s. That's very awkward conversation. Like, I'm sorry, man, but you actually have to find me a home because
that's literally what she told her.
Your husband brought me here. Oh, yeah, and I can't go back.
Yeah.
Wow. So anyway, that's another rabbit hole. See, you're the worst. We're too much alike when it comes to like, side quest.
So back to the other quest.
Application.
So because I had a clearance, luckily he had a clearance as well. Because he was an electronics technician. So they realized that he was Grand Turk and not Turkey.
Okay. So that kind of moved it ahead.
That moved it ahead. So we got the approval. And then...
fast forward. So you said first 7 years you weren't even living together.
So if I was, quote, regular Navy, all sorts of Coast Guard stations around Naval bases.
Could have been a whole lot easier.
But I wasn't. I was part of the intelligence side.
Right.
And there were limited locations that we could get stationed together at. And
so it took a while to work it out.
Our detailers didn't talk to each other. And
always fucking failure of communication.
Yeah.
Goes back to communication.
Yep. So, but we finally got stationed together
then you
in
were
Virginia.
good after that.
And then I ended up getting out of the Navy and pursuing a career in DoD contracting.
Right, the contracting space. Mm-hmm. What did he end up doing? He stayed in?
He actually retired as a warrant officer in the Coast Guard, and then when he got out and when he retired, we actually worked for the same company for a short amount of time.
Nice.
So he had very similar. We both still had similar backgrounds and such.
So how long was y'all's run together, like stationed together everywhere? Like how much longer was that?
It was only when I was active duty in the Navy. It was a total of a year and a half. We were actually,
It was a quick little run, and then y'all retired and got out.
Yeah, I got out a year and a half after we finally got stationed together.
Okay. So fast forward, I know he ended up dying and stuff. Y'all, like, what happened with that? Like, I know you don't got to go into detail, but how did he die? COVID got him.
So I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of the conspiracy theories, but
that's all another podcast.
He ended up having a surgery in the winter of 2020. So around January 2020, he had a hernia surgery. They canceled his follow-up appointments 3 times.
Wow.
And by the time he passed away in June, he threw a blood clot and he had a heart attack. He was 49 years old. He was out doing yard work. Yeah, he was doing yard work.
Y'all are not even that old.
Yep, he wasn't that old at all. So when we did the autopsy, they found out that he had at least 5 or 6 heart attacks.
Wow.
But he also had, we didn't know it, but he had pulmonary lung disease. And that was from 9/11 because he was one of the first responders.
Wow.
During that time frame.
See, different, like I said, a whole different podcast.
Squirrel.
I mean, my birthday's 9/11, so anytime 9/11 comes up, I'm like, it's a trigger. I'm like, well... and just in general, like the whole military situation is like you guys get put in crazy environments.
Yep.
And there's a lot of underlying health issues later that no one knows because y'all don't fucking know about it until you're old and something happens.
Asbestos.
And somebody's like, oh yeah, you got some shit going on around. Yeah, because you were in that one situation at this one foreign ass country where asbestos is still legal, because they don't give a fuck.
Or you're stationed somewhere where the environment is not the best, and you've got things going into
now we're going in the heat of it
into the water. There's a whole
list
of
things. Fucking bullshit.
Again, conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. All right, squirrel. So how long did y'all end up being married?
It was a total of 28 years.
28 years.
Yep. We were together for 30, but married for 28.
So quick summary of that. Pretty happy marriage. Things were good. When did it go?
It's ups and downs.
Ups and downs, of course.
He was my best friend. So there were times that we were separated for a while, but we got back together.
Right.
That's the biggest thing is he was an amazing man, but he had his faults. We all had our faults.
Yeah, everybody does. He's still a man.
Yeah, right?
Still a man.
He dealt with my craziness for many, many years and 5 daughters. So
I'm getting ready to say, between you and your daughters, I don't know if I could.
Because man, not only did we have the 3 biological girls, but we had the 2 adopted girls as well.
There's 3 of you too, because they all got their attitudes.
Oh yeah.
They're not.
The joke was always that we had a lot of rum in the house, and I always assumed it was him drinking it.
Right, they're not princesses.
And he would make sure he opened up the window so the estrogen would get out a little bit.
Right.
The only male he had in the house was the dog.
Right. So yeah, I couldn't imagine. R.I.P. God bless his soul. Like that's a hard environment to live in.
Yes.
I got one daughter, and I'm just like. Sometimes, so I can imagine.
But he made sure that they were very self-efficient.
I love that.
They have no problem taking away man cards. They will step on your man toes, not a problem.
I mean, that's
they
good,
can
though.
Fix a vehicle and do a barbecue and whatever.
I tell I tell my daughter, I got princess vibes, so I've been told. But I'm like, I can change the tire if I have to, but I don't have to. So I'm going to call the number.
They're high maintenance, but they're maintaining themselves.
Right.
So that's one thing.
Listen, I learned over the years that if I got a car and it's got roadside assistance, I'm using it. Yeah. I remember one time I got a flat in downtown Fredericksburg and I was like, well, we're brunching. By the time the tow truck got there, I couldn't even drive the car. I was like, well, now I'm Ubering. So, but back to that. So you guys are married 30 years, had its ups and downs like anything else, but nothing like dramatic that like, besides him dying, obviously, that you can look back on and be like, oh, he broke me.
No, he cured me. He actually fixed me a lot of stuff that I had a horrible, horrible childhood. So, and I was a person, he really balanced who I was. And he was really the glue to the family.
That's good. And we talked about that when we were hanging out about how like, you got to have someone has to be that person. Yep. Because I'm like unhinged. You know what I mean? I'm not the person to call when you're having a mental breakdown. I'm going to be like, well, I got shit to do. I'm going to need you to fucking suck it up.
Well, you're the person to come to when you need someone to say,
when you need the hard truth. Right. Wait, I'm the friend.
You're the Virgo.
Right. The Virgo, right? I'm that friend that you call when you need the hard truth. Yeah. Like the real raw version of it. When everyone else has babied you. And now you're like, fuck.
Like, honey. You're like, no.
I'm like, nah, that's just dumb. You fucked up.
What the hell were you thinking?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm here for it. I've done a lot of dumb shit too, but I don't call nobody to get them to bail me out either. Yep. I'm the guy that got a drunken in public when I was in my 20s and didn't call anybody. I sat there. And everybody's like, what the fuck are you thinking? You literally could have bonded out and been out in hours. I was like, I didn't give a fuck. Yeah. I was setting,
accept the consequences.
It wasn't even I was accepting a contest. I was like, I'm taking a break. Shit. And if it wasn't for the fucking dumbasses in the drunk tank, I would have been fine. But yeah, all right. So we'll fast forward. You had a good run with the marriage. Awesome family, come from it, build a family with him. He dies unexpectedly. Let's start there. So let's unpack that. How long before you started dating and shit again?
Too soon.
Too soon.
Way too soon. Yeah. way.
Like right off the jump, you're like, fuck it, I'm going in.
Yeah, way too soon. I had someone that I was close with it was a close family friend.
There's always somebody that is there to, and then it turns to,
it was, I didn't take the amount of time I should have taken to actually mourn and heal myself.
Mourn and heal.
Yeah. Because it was a mess.
Yeah. Do you think, because I mean, we're talking for 6 years, 5 years? It ain't been that long in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's been 6 years that he's been gone. Yeah.
In the grand scheme of thing, after spending 30 with somebody, 6 is not a lot.
No.
And you hear stories when we were growing up, like people's husband or wife passed away, and sometimes they never dated again.
Yes.
My grandfather, it led to his death too. He's like, well, grandma died and then he went to shit and it was done. We don't live in that world anymore, though.
No.
As you just said, you're like, yeah, I jumped right back in. Fuck it. And, and I don't judge people for shit like that because what are you supposed to do, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it was more the companionship side of it or the fact that
why not?
Sex, whatever.
Right, right. I think I'm like, I'm doing therapy today and we were talking about all this stuff and he's like, well, what are you looking for? So I'm like, I'm on all the dating apps. I'm looking for a girlfriend. And he's like, are you though? And I was like, no, I'm really not.
You're not emotionally available.
Yeah. I'm looking for somebody to hang out with at night and it'll listen to me and maybe we have sex and go to sleep.
Hey, the friends with benefits
for me is my perfect.
Yeah. Friends with benefits, and people were like, well, if you want to be a friend with benefits, just means it's a hookup buddy. It's like, no. Okay, whatever. It's the emphasis on the friends.
And you got to be able to, I got to be attracted to you mentally.
Yes.
We got to be able to have conversation. You got to be able to keep up.
There's something up here.
Yeah, you got to at least fucking know what 2 + 2 is. I'm sorry. Right. You know what I mean? And when I say 2 + 2 might be 5, like I need you to get the joke. Yeah. You know what I mean? Going back to the conspiracy shit. So you jumped right back in. And I feel like when I've heard similar stories, women are lonely. People are lonely.
Yep.
And it's like, you're not looking for someone to mourn with, but you are. You know what I mean? Because you undump that. You unload that shit on the first partner for sure. The next partner is catching the whole thing.
And it didn't help that he was going through a divorce.
Right.
And he was getting his feels out and he was playing the field.
So we're trauma dumping on each other.
Yes.
And now it's making it worse, actually.
Absolutely.
And that's the part I'm trying to learn is like, no, we don't need to move on and tell the stories right away. I'm not saying we don't, because I feel like it is important for the next partner to know where you've been and what you've been through. So I can like kind of gauge. I'm still going to be an asshole, so it probably won't matter in my case.
Yeah.
But most people need to know.
What was really hard with that particular relationship was my children accepted the fact that I had someone else in my life. They might not have liked it, but they accepted it. They accepted it and they respected it.
I mean,
and they were adults at the time.
Right.
His children were the same age. In fact, his oldest daughter is friends with my oldest daughter. They had literal temper tantrums.
Oh, wow.
And he'd been divorced for 2 years.
Well, that don't help.
And they absolutely
threw a fit.
I couldn't even visit.
If they were around.
No, it was an absolute nightmare. That he had to hide our relationship for over a year. And then the ultimatum I made with him was when I found out about the other woman he was dating at the same time.
Oh, nice. Gotta love that.
I was like, are you kidding me?
It's so crazy, like guys and girls. It's crazy. All the shit that's happened through the years, I feel like has turned us all into whores.
Yes.
In a typical word that you put to that shit, right? I'm like, men in their 40s are getting more ass than they got ever. I'm like, how is this even a thing? Like, we're running around here dating like little high school kids, dating everything. Like, ooh, she's cute, he's cute.
Well, there's a reason why in the nursing homes that's the uptick of all the sexual transmitted diseases.
Right. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Well, they say
they're worse than the 20-year-olds.
Yes. Well, they say when women get older, their sex drive increases.
Yes.
And men's go down.
Yes.
So that's why you see a lot.
And I have no desire to scope out of high school.
Yeah, but
that's an ooh factor for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, those 30-year-olds and they're still thriving in their sex drive. You know what I mean? They're horny little dudes running around.
There's a reason why the term cougar is out there. Like you're hunting,
pretty
looking
much
for your cubs. Yep.
Pretty much. So I'm just like, because I'm more of a mental attraction dude. Like my sex drive is hit or miss. You know what I mean? And it's like, I go through, if I'm really into someone during that like first 3 months, yes, I'm like porno star mode. Let's do all the things. Flip, flop, or put it down, flip it, reverse it. Yeah, morning, day, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, that's where it also gets tricky when you're doing friends with benefits too. Because sometimes the sex drive might not be the driving factor in the friendship.
No, and then someone's catching feelings.
And then somebody's catching feelings, and then it gets tricky.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, 14-day trial is up. That was fun. I used to say 30.
Friends, I love my
I used to
friends
say
dearly.
30-day free trial, and now, like, in today's climate,
you're lucky to make it a week.
Yeah, you're lucky if you get through 7 days with somebody. And I'm like, damn, what happened?
And I get the whole mental attraction thing too. Because I had a friend, bless her heart, she said this to the individual, and I find it humorous, but he got so offended by it because she was just like, you're just not what I would picture with her. I mean, the two of you together, I can see it. He goes, but I would never have picked you on the street going, yes, that's someone Becky would date. and he was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And of course, my other friend's going, because Becky likes the pretty boys.
Right. Right. And that's me. I'm like, I mean, I've learned recently I don't have a type. I'm just like, it don't matter.
It has a pulse.
Not even though, because again, it's more mental for me. Yeah. Like, I can't go into my most recent stories this episode because they're too recent, and they're going to be like, you went straight to the podcast. And I'm like, well,
that's where you're in that weird area.
I am in that weird area.
A very small community.
It's in a small community.
You're going to run into your exes, and your exes are going to be like, you were talking about me. You're like, no. I was talking about somebody else.
I was talking about the experience. You're not the only train wreck in town. Trust me. There's 50 million of y'all. Yeah. There's 50 million of us.
Of us, yes.
You know what I mean? I try not to.
We're all a mess.
I'm trying to not put male and female titles on shit anymore because everybody's fucking. You can't. Everybody's a mess.
You can't. There are red flags on both sides.
Everybody's walking around you almost just have a red flag hanging out of your back pocket. Everybody.
I am glad I've already had my children.
I'm trying to break it down to be like, who's worse, who's better.
Yeah, it was like going at the thrift store. I want to make sure that all wheels are working.
Right. And it's got all the parts. Yeah. It doesn't stink.
It doesn't stink.
Right. I'm like,
it's not too damaged.
It's not too bad. Can we clean it up?
We still work.
Right. Can I spray some WD-40 on it?
But I can imagine being in my 20s or early 30s trying to date right now. You have the red, black pill dudes on one side, and then you have the modern feminists on the other. They're both like hating on each other.
So
it's
tight.
Like
it's so tough. I mean, my newest thing that I can't wrap my head around is women taking care of men.
Yeah.
I just can't figure it out.
That was the biggest fear, actually, my girls had.
That was always my biggest fear for my daughter.
Well, their biggest fear was me getting preyed on.
Right.
By someone, because my love language is giving. I have no problem giving, gifting. And they didn't want me taking advantage.
You check all the boxes for that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Ex-military, they're going to think you got a big fat retirement check.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You had the business, like you had a bunch of shit going for yourself. And I'm like, yeah, it's definitely sugar mama material.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sugar mama or
just somebody to take care of you.
Pretty much. Getting that mom mode. Yeah, of course, empty nester because I no longer have my children.
Kids are gone. Let me move right up in there.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm just trying to wrap my head around girls doing that shit. I think girls take a stab at it because they think it gives them the control. Of the relationship, when in fact it might in the beginning because the dude's a bum and he's like, let me play the game to get in.
But then it tears apart their ego.
It does. It flips really, the script, and then he still ends up being a dick because he can't accept that he's being taken care of.
Well, it's like before my husband passed, I was making more money than he was.
See, that shit don't bother me.
But it never bothered him. He was I was the one with the college education because he insisted after I some pushing, he accepted the fact that I needed my education and stuff. Right. And then at the end, he had actually just enrolled in college because he figured, it's about time I went to college too.
Right. Take advantage of all that shit.
It was never a worry about that. He cooked and cleaned.
I think that has got to be the trade-off, right? Because I'm not a cooker. I'm not a cleaner. I'll keep you company while you're cooking. I'll come hang out with you and talk shit.
I drew the line with his artwork and his craft work was better than mine. The man was literally Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
he looked like Ron Swanson, but he was Martha Stewart.
That's not me. I can cook some basic ass shit. Chicken enchiladas. I can throw them together. I can do. I mean, there's just I have a limited menu.
Well, the cooking thing with him started because I was on mids when I was for over a year. and where we lived.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. So you were sick. And how was he in that process? Sounds like he was really there for you and took care of you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was always that. He was always that provider. He put a very high bar for our children on what to expect from their partners.
See, and I love that. Even though I might not be the best example for my daughter when it comes to like but when we have those conversations, I've always been like, nah, you're a strong, independent girl. Mm-hmm. You don't need no man for shit. And you need to have your shit together before you even step out there and try to go into serious relationships. And you need to have your fallback plan, because we all see it. Everybody sells their house when they get married and all the things, dude. And let's be real, the success rate of a fucking dating relationship is slim.
Yes.
So marriages nowadays, like I don't know what the stats are, but I'm sure it's not that great for 25-year-olds.
There is a huge gap. Yeah. And people are waiting now
people are waiting longer to start that stuff.
Longer to start that,
because
have children and everything.
Because they know their parents, we all came from we came from a generation of, you get out of school, you go find your mate, you start your family, and off to fairy, to fucking Disneyland we go. Yep. And then people didn't tell you the fence was going to be broken. You know what I mean? No one told you to watch out for the neighbor next door that bangs your man when you go to work. You know what I mean? Like, or vice versa. Yeah. It's normally vice versa in that situation. I dated a girl, I won't throw her name out there, but significant family in the area. And this is when I was in my 20s. And she's like, yeah, when dad went to work, my mom banged the neighbor. And everybody kind of knew. And it was just like, fuck it.
It's an open secret.
Yeah, it was an open secret, right? And I'm just like, rich people shit, man.
It's also a military housing thing, too. So you see that a lot. That too. You saw that a lot in military housing.
So it's just like, it goes back to when we were growing up, we didn't see a lot of things that were already going on. Now
we had a limited view, and the internet has opened
we didn't
everything
have anybody
else. We joke about that. We did stupid stuff, but we didn't record it.
We didn't record it. We didn't get called up in the midst of it. All the things,
plausible deniability.
Yeah, there was no fucking secret groups where people were talking shit. Yeah.
Groups.
Yeah, what groups, right? Guys are not supposed to even know about these groups.
We don't talk about the groups.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, we don't talk about those groups.
Yeah. And it just, I ended up on that
shit. Those groups are good, though,
the concept
behind it, absolutely, 100%.
I'm not against that.
Because there are men and women
that are not safe.
They're not safe. They're predators.
They are predators.
They're absolute predators. And I wish someone had warned me about this person.
Yeah, having a place to go look for resources for that. I get it.
Yeah, and I've seen friends on the page that no one's supposed to know about or talk about. Yeah. And I've seen things I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm surprised that he wasn't on there sooner. Right. And then the other one's going, are you kidding me? Right. No, that's not a red flag. Yeah. You guys are just being bitter.
Well, and that's the thing. It started out with the main theme behind the group is there. I get it for what it is. But mine, an example, I just got ripped apart and I'm just like jealous type shit, or just, I'm like, yeah, I can own some of the things, like the girl that's like, oh, I went on a date with him, all I did was talk about himself, and I'm like, you don't know about Virgos, first of all. Basic astrology.
Or the ADHD. Scroll.
Right. I was like, there's two things you need to realize. Virgo and ADHD, like, yeah, we're going to dominate the conversation. Mm-hmm. Unless you're dominant too, and you can take it back.
Yeah, because like, okay, focus back.
Right. You got to be that person. Yes. It's like, hey, can I talk to you? Yeah. Then I'd be like, oh shit, my bad.
Let me finish. Let me talk.
Right. Exactly. So she obviously was not that type of female. No. And the funny part is, without being too ratchet and crazy with the story, is that I hooked up with that chick about 2 summers ago on like after the nightclub party thing. I normally don't do this. She was that girl. I normally don't do this. And I'm like, I would hope you normally don't get banged in the bathroom. I'm just making myself look crazier in the grand scheme of things. But I'm just saying, a little bit. I'm just a dude. I'm just a guy. So
there's a difference in being a dumbass and doing dumbass things in a relationship and being a predator and being a threat.
Exactly. I am just a dick.
Yeah. And knowing you as many years as I've known you,
you should just
I would not be down in the dungeon on the casting couch.
If you didn't know.
If I didn't know, if I didn't trust.
Right. I wouldn't even, and that's the thing. Like I said before.
And knowing my daughter.
Right.
And knowing that, she means 6 foot blonde Barbie on steroids have kicked your ass many years ago.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, it's like I told you before I started, like, I won't invite many people into my personal space. Mm-hmm. And B, I don't want to feel like, let me lure you to the dungeon. Because it's a joke all the time. Even the people that finally do come, I'm like,
now you have a casting couch.
Come on down to the dungeon. Nah,
you need a bigger casting couch, though.
Yeah, it's just a futon. Yeah, because it's not meant to be a casting couch. It just looks like one. The newer version. Yeah, because the old style, those were the big thick ones. No, but so, back to the group thing, it's like, fast forward, me and that particular person connected on Facebook dating. Mm-hmm. Neither one of us put 2 and 2 together until we exchanged phone numbers, and I already had her in my phone because I keep everybody in my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I put code word names on everything. So I won't say what her code name was, but I was like, oh shit, hey, it's you again.
Oh yeah.
And I owned that because she brought it up in the middle of a date. She stopped me and was like, hey, this is trash, basically. Yeah. And I was like, you're right, it is. You know what I mean? So it goes back to, we want to trauma dump on the last relationships. And I'm horrible at it. I'm just like, puke all over you and be like, let me tell you how crazy all my relationships have been.
Okay, you're good.
Right. And she's like,
and she scoots away.
Yeah, she's like, if I didn't know you already, I probably would have just got up and walked out because we were just doing the drink thing anyway. And that's why we have drink dates. People are like, no, take me to dinner. And I'm like, you might not want to sit with me for an hour.
No, that's why you have drink or coffee dates.
Coffee or drink
I think
date.
they're perfect.
It's an icebreaker.
And like, well, you're too cheap. No,
it's nothing to do with the money.
Cheap.
It's nothing to do.
It's that icebreaker.
We can go to Starbucks and I can drop 30 for you to make you feel better.
I'm not going to sit through a dinner knowing that the jerk sitting across from me is going to bitch about the fact that he's spending $100 for the dinner.
I'm definitely that Jew. I'm not going to lie. I've never went on a date to Fahrenheit or any of these crazy places because I'm an entrepreneur fucking on a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
And then they want to throw me under the bus and be like, and he's broke. Don't let him fool you. Spends all of his money on alcohol and shitty Coke. And I'm like, really? I drink White Claw and vodka, first of all. And ma'am, we're too grown to be out here doing cocaine. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
especially with the fentanyl scare. I'm like, what the hell? And then if there was a rare occasion that I indulged in something, I'm going, must have been somebody that was there for it.
Yeah.
So it's just the whole, and then why are you putting yourself out there like that? Oh, never mind. That was anonymous member 322. So there's my next piece. The main problem with it is you're in a group of women that's supposed to be a safe space for women, and we're hiding behind the computer still.
I don't disagree with the posting anonymous. Because,
I see both sides of it.
Yeah, because you have to think of the fact
safety, because some guys will.
Yeah.
I did.
Because they're able to decipher certain things.
Right,
and you're putting somebody's life in danger.
Yeah.
You're putting, and we have children nowadays.
I did hear a story where someone got exposed in one of these groups.
Yes.
And it ended up violent, like where he went looking for the chick.
There's quite a few scenarios of that. And there's actually a number of
and I'm sure
pages created to dox women, because they'll actually they'll get people to go in there and take screenshots of these conversations and then dox them. And it's it's not. Yes, it is a crappy thing that
when you
don't want to hear that you partake in crappy Coke and that you're into whatever poly.
Oh yeah, then they were like,
you're lousy in bed.
I think he's poly, and I think he's into BSDM, and I'm like, if pulling your hair and choking you and calling you a dirty horse BSTM, I didn't know that basic level existed.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no whips and chains. There's, sure, I live in.
Well, as soon as they start putting that out there,
I'm just like, get out of here, dude.
I've seen some that they were like, well, they're on Grindr and they're on this and on that. Like, whoa. It's one thing to say this person was a jerk and there's a red flag.
We should not be slut shaming each other.
Exactly, because you're slut shaming. Yeah,
we're slut shaming each other. We should not be putting people's sexual preferences out there. We should not be having those conversations in an open format. Well, it's like
judging on, I can't believe I slept with him on the first date. And then, of course, it's everybody attacking. Like, you know what?
Right.
Who
cares? We've all had one night stands. Who gives a fuck?
You know what? We've had
We're
that one night stand. You know what? There's an itch. It's got to get scratched. It's going to happen.
Right.
Does it happen all the time? Not
probably
always.
not.
But are there times that it's...
Here's my rule of thumb on this shit. And I'll stick to it. My mindset's been this way in a while, and whoever out there stalking can take it however they want. We're fucking grown-ups, dude. That fucking 80s, 90s bullshit of I need to date somebody for 3 months. No, guess what, Karen? If you date some motherfucker for 3 months and he sucks in bed, now
you're stuck with it.
You're stuck because your feelings are involved now.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with too many girls. I know the stories where people have been in 5-year relationships with somebody that sucks in bed. And I'm like, who does that? But I loved him. I'm like, how do you love someone that can't perform? You can't please you.
Well, it's the same thing of men staying in relationships with women that their wives sex should not be
it's not present.
But you know what?
Yeah, there's so many of those.
That intimacy. You got it.
Yeah, there's so many of those shitty
things that happen.
Relationships. You see it on TV, but it's real life where it's like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I get to have sex. It's my one of 5 times.
It's a joke, but it's real for some people.
Oh, his birthday's coming up. I guess I got to blow him.
Well, an individual, his wife was going through menopause and she had no sex drive. And he goes, I don't understand this. And it's like, well, she can get hormone replacement and this and that.
I just heard about.
And she adamantly told him no.
No, that's
she
crazy.
Wasn't doing that.
I literally know someone in their 30s that just told me that when she went to the doctor, they pinpointed it. They were like, you don't have a sex drive because you're low on this.
Yep, low estrogen. Yep.
Yeah, and she took a shot.
Or low testosterone.
Right. Now she took a shot and now she's fucking horny as hell.
Yep.
And I'm like, these are the things though. It still goes back to communication. One, I feel like if I'm going to get into a long-term situation with somebody, I'm probably going to try to figure out what their sex drive looks like.
Yeah, if your sex drives
if we're in the honeymoon phase and we're not having a lot of sex, we're probably not going to go good.
No.
It's probably not going to go anywhere from there.
I'm one of those. I have a high libido.
Right.
And if I'm going to be with someone who can't perform,
it's not going to work.
There's something else in that relationship that's
making up for it.
Because if you're a provider, if you're making me feel secure.
Sometimes that can level it out.
There's things that can, but it's still at some
ultimately,
point
you're going
to break the relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
If your libidos do not match.
Exactly. Sex drive, I always say, like, your demons got to play well together. Your sex drive's got to somewhat line up. You know what I mean? And then you got to just want the same thing.
And you've got to be on the same page I know there's some men that absolutely hate their significant others going out doing girl nights
and stuff.
It's
it's a trust thing.
It is definitely a trust thing.
It's a trust thing because here's my thing in a man's defense. If my girl is friends with a bunch of single girls that are on that hoe phase, I'll call it, and they're on man-hater mode, no, I don't want my girl going out. What do they got to do with me? Everything. Because they're influenced. Well,
you flip the script. Do you want your guy going out with a bunch of single guys?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Okay, we're talking about the military. We were talking about the military before.
Right.
One of the things I used to tease about my husband is when he would go into ports, he would go out for the guys to the strip bars. Right. And I'm like, why are you teasing yourself?
Right.
And then I'd have people like, you actually don't care your husband was going to a strip bar? It's like, it doesn't bother me.
One of the strippers? You know how expensive the strippers are?
I don't care if he watches porn.
Right,
I didn't care if whatever is on Instagram he's following.
Here's my thing. more restrictions you put on things, the worse it's going to be. First of all,
you're going to tighten it down. They're going to want to rebel.
There. It's like being a kid and don't touch that.
Yeah,
the kid wants to touch it. So if you tell a man he can't do something, or a woman, you're going to do it. You're going to do it.
Yep.
And some people are like, I'll do it right in front of you, just to show you that you're not the boss of me.
It's like and these red flag factories. I mean, I was with one for like 3 weeks. It lasted 3. In fact, the man
3 weeks now is like 3 months though.
The fact that this guy lasted 3 weeks was a miracle. And
so let's get back to that.
I call him the flashlight dude. We'll go into that one later.
So let's get back to that. So husband dies.
Yes.
You jump right back into the dating scene. You're lonely, you're horny, whatever.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it. Start dating.
Yeah. Ended up in a very toxic relationship.
So you ended up...
And I had no idea at the time that none of my daughters liked him.
So you ended up in a toxic relationship, fresh out of the marriage.
Yep.
How long did that last?
I think it was a year and a half.
Wow. That's horrible.
Yeah, I think it was a year. It was a year and a half.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, it was both of us did wrong in it.
Yeah, always. There's always wrong on both sides.
But I lost my friend. That was the hardest thing because I'd been friends with him for many decades.
Tom, is it over there?
Losing that friendship was the hardest part.
Yeah.
So after that, it took me, and I'm still not even sure I even am over that. I had my maintenance men that...
You're worse than me. You got code names for everybody. And I'm just like,
my maintenance men. So, I always joke about saying, I need a man that cooks. I need a man that can fix my car. I need a man who's going to be secure. And I need a man who is good in bed. And I really don't need all 4 of them meeting. Or at least let them get along.
Yeah, they all need to get along, right?
Because to find all that in one man, it's not going to happen.
Everybody knows my joke. I got my 4. And,
but no,
some of their roles are interchangeable, but when you try to put it all together, they're not going to get along.
So I had my maintenance men here and that. I had a couple of little cubs. So with my daughters, the rule was that they had asked that I not date anybody their age or younger. Which is fair enough, which would mean, and usually...
Because Al's the oldest?
So the oldest is 33 now.
That's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Kind of puts a little... I'm
53 though, so that means I'm okay with 35. It's fine. It's anything younger than that, and even that's a creep factor for me. Like,
well, it's like me at 46. My daughter's 23. I say my rule is 25, but it's really pushing 30. I'm more in that 27, 28.
Yeah.
On that lower level, I mean, shoot, girls in their 30s to me are like 20-year-olds.
Well, with me, I like to have someone who can intellectually challenge me.
Exactly.
And
I want someone that's been somewhere. You know
I'm a bit of a nerd, so I can get into that geek factor there. The
youngest person that I don't even want to say relation or whatever, just been in like a little fling in her 30s, but she's already owned a house. So I'm like, okay.
What is weird for me, again, and the thing with my daughters, which I understand, but I also should have said, well, okay, then that means you shouldn't date anybody that's near my age.
This is true.
Because it has happened.
I'm sure.
On a
sugar
couple of
daddies out there.
Well, I was actually on a dating app, and I connected with one of my daughter's former fling buddies.
Oh, wow. Well, you see that now more and more that...
And I joked with her about it. And she's like, oh, absolutely not. I'm like, oh, I'm not keeping it in the family.
Right.
Oh, no, it's just not happening.
Yeah, it's funny to me. I mean, older men have always been like sugar daddies and providers for younger women.
Yep.
But I feel like younger women used to think it was creepy. And if they had a sugar daddy on the D-Lo, they kind of kept it to themselves. We weren't parading around town with our 60-year-old sugar daddies.
No.
And nowadays, they are.
Yeah. And I actually have a friend in high school that ended up marrying...
her older dude.
Marrying her mother's boyfriend.
Oh, my God. Oh,
yes.
my God. I mean, I can't...
He was 52. She was 18.
I just can't. I can't.
Yes.
My daughter's 23 and she brought a 50-year-old home. I would be... he'd go missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd go missing.
Yeah.
Just put it this way.
At the time of being, even at 18.
Any dudes out there listening.
Yeah. At 18, I even thought it was kind of odd. So now, after having my daughters,
hell no. Look, there's mine chefs in West Virginia where you won't get found.
Yeah, no.
So it's just all the dynamics have changed, though.
Yes.
Everything's so out of whack. And I remember before we thought it was too structured. And it was like, damn, people need to open up and be more kinkier and all the things. Now I'm just like, whoa, bro, put your kink side away. That's a little too deep.
Now you have everybody has well, not everybody, but they're having OFs and all that kind of stuff. It's
man, you got dudes, girls doing OnlyFans. Girls are on Snapchat selling content. Like men are, I've narrowed it down. The men are normally doing the crypto scams on the dating sites. And I hear older women especially, he's going to teach me crypto. And I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. That fucking foreign dude is sitting overseas chatting with 50 of y'all today.
Well, the thing that, and I talked about this before, prior conversations with you of, you get the Instagram OF girls trying to get you the WhatsApp and all that. Just go over. For me, it's in my demographics, there's a lot of stolen valor, and they don't expect a woman of my age to know about the veterans, because I don't put that I'm a veteran on my dating apps. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I've heard that multiple times for older women too, is that a lot of these dudes, and younger women especially, because they don't fucking know no better. Mm-hmm. A lot of dudes will come in and pose as these important veterans and, I'm top secret. I was talking to a friend yesterday and she was like, yeah, this motherfucker thought I was stupid. She was like, I go to the WhatsApp and play the game and then call him out. Because a lot of times they won't send pictures and shit till you get over there. Because they think it's safer.
And the video clips that they send, I'm like, yeah, that was a video clip from your Instagram.
Exactly.
That was that you just copied. Nice try.
She was like, yeah, I ran it through Google. Ladies, men, take the picture, ran it through Google fucking Lens.
Yep.
Search the image. If it's used in any kind of bullshit, it's going to get found.
I have done that a number of times.
Me too.
I actually turn around and contact an individual that their image has been taken.
From.
So I was like, by the way, this person's stolen your image.
Yeah, so I'm talking to my friend yesterday, and she's retired veteran, older, similar situation, single, trying to date again. And she was like, not only did he send me a bullshit pic that I tracked down, and she's different. She's like, I called him out on it. I'm like, ooh, you're like me. I'm like, I love that. And then she's like, before they even got to that point, she's like, well, what base are you stationed out of? He was saying he was special ops or green, something crazy. And he's like, yeah.
They always like to say that. Yeah. I'm part of the SEAL team.
Right. And she's like, well, where are you out of? And he's like, Pennsylvania. And she's like, yeah, try again.
Yeah.
That's not where you're out of. Yeah. He's like, oh,
I just deployed over here for a while.
Yeah, like shut the fuck up, dude.
I'm due back in the States. I'm like,
right. Okay, then I had another girl that was on the podcast that I'm friends with for a while. She did have a real military dude, and he was higher up, and she's picking him up from the airport when he comes home and all the things, and the whole time he's got a whole family, married, kids, the whole thing. I'm like, how is the wife miss this? Women are so investigative. I think it happens.
We ignore the red flags.
Especially with military situations where the woman's taken care of.
Yep.
I feel like she's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm locked in now. In general, that's why, like with the nonprofit I'm doing, I'm trying to empower women to be entrepreneurs and stuff, is that I'm so sick of seeing, like, I'm not a dude's dude. I'm like, fuck that. Y'all are dicks. Mm-hmm. I'm not a woman's woman either. I'm like just in the middle somewhere. If you're a dick, you're a dick. There's no discrimination. So, but I'm just like, I'm in that, like, women need to learn how to take care of themselves. Those housewife days are not the same. It's not the same anymore.
We have to learn how to take care of ourselves, but we also need to take pride in the fact that it's okay to say, I want a partner.
Right.
I'm okay to accept to have a partner.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you should allow the man to lead.
Not really.
Whoa. Why?
Sometimes the men are not leaders.
Some men are not leaders, but some are protectors.
Some are protectors.
You don't have to be a leader.
Well, here's the thing.
Protector.
You don't have to be everything.
Exactly.
The fact that we're coming out of that. I do feel like we're coming out of a thought process of where someone's got to check all the boxes. They don't have to. There are main ones you got to check though.
Yes. You need to know your main ones.
There are the
what
deal
are
breakers.
The deal breakers? Yep.
That's the therapy
shit. If you
shit.
do not have a decent libido, it's not going to work.
You know, everyone
if you don't
needs,
have your financial stuff in check,
right. Everyone
it's not
has to establish what they're willing to accept and they're not.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's where it starts. I'm not looking for my perfect woman because she don't exist. That's why
you can create her via AI.
Right. I can create my perfect AI girl, but
yeah,
cuts sex out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I joke around about the poly, and like for you women out there judging that shit, I'm like, let's be real. I can't handle one woman, and I definitely can't afford 4. You know what I mean? And I'm over here like, I want 4 boss ass bitches. Excuse my language.
They'll eat your ass up.
No, they'll eat me up because they don't need me. They don't need me.
They'll have each other.
They won't even. It won't even matter. And I joke like that. I'm like, they all got to be bi. They got to like girls because they're gonna need each other. They're gonna need their own companionship because I'm not gonna be able to handle all 4 of them. So for me,
I don't know if I could do a sister wife situation.
I think for me, it's more of this tribes community type thing, but not in like. Not like cult, no. Not like that. Like I'm not trying to trap them in the community and not let them out.
Yeah,
all the crazy things. You know, I didn't have mom growing up and all the things. That's a whole therapy session. But you know, I don't know. I'm open to new ideas. I'm open to new lifestyles and because I mean the fairy tale bullshit didn't work.
Everybody has their own.
Everybody's got their own beliefs and shit.
What one person considers a kink
could be nasty to somebody else.
To someone else is vanilla.
Yeah, exactly.
There's certain things that are like, oh, you do that? Going, oh, you don't?
Right. Well, it's like when they said, oh, he's into BSDM. I was like, first of all, I can barely even say the word. I can barely remember
that whole 50 Shades of Grey just screwed all that up.
Yeah, they made it cool.
Yeah, but you know what? Cool. The only reason why it was cool is because he was a billionaire.
Exactly.
That was White Trash Willie.
Yeah.
There would be
going to let a dude do all those things to you unless there's a lot of things that come with
My pleasure room's full of kitties. Right. Not whips.
Dude, I'm a country boy from West Virginia.
There's a stereotype of women being in their 40s and 50s and cats for a reason.
Yeah.
Because we can understand cats.
Let's be real. I mean, my room is pretty vanilla. Yes, I am a dude and I got fantasies and I probably shouldn't talk about them openly as I do because they're just fantasies. Because people start taking me serious. He's really poly. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I have trouble finding one decent female in this town. So
saying you're poly, and I think as people say, oh, if you're into open relationships, then you're into poly.
Well,
it's a communication thing.
It is a thing. It is a communication thing because I have been researching it more, and I'm really more just curious in it. Yeah. And I think I throw it out there in hopes that someone is. And they'll enlighten me.
And there are communities out there that are very open and they are willing to educate people on the concept. Because I have some very, very good friends that have been in poly relationships for decades.
Yeah,
I have a friend who technically has 3 husbands. But she's got 3 husbands.
I've seen online, there's all these groups and shit. And of course, they're in Richmond and DC. Mm-hmm. I don't want to make the drive. But I'm going to have to eventually if I really want to know what it's about.
Yeah, you kind of got to get out
of the education. I got to get past that part.
Yeah. Your pool is very limited.
The pool in this area is very limited in general. Mm-hmm. And we're in old school land. Mm-hmm. People, the funny thing is, and I'll say people because I won't fire shots on sexes again. Trying to just keep working on that. The funny thing is people be like, I would never be in an open relationship. I'm like, well, you're cheating. And the other person don't know. So it's an open relationship that's unknown.
It's an unethical
open relationship.
And so it's calling it an ethical relationship.
Like, get out of here. So, you know what I mean? So I'm like, what's the difference?
Yeah. And the thing is, I see those kind of like that tagline of having I'm ethically non-monogamous. I'm like, does your partner know you are?
Right.
That's the first question. If you are ethically non-monogamous, that means your partner is aware of it and accepts it.
You know what? I fucked up then. I've mislabeled the tags because there's non-ethical monogamy.
Uh-huh.
No wonder I'm not getting matches online. It just hit me. I'm running around with this tag on my...
you also need to stay off of the pages that we shall not speak of.
Look, yeah, right. Look, I'm running around with that tag on my dating site and no one is matching because they're like, he's a cheater.
Yes, that's exactly what it's saying.
And he's actually saying he is.
Yes, that's why so the people are saying you're into poly. If you're putting on there that you are ethically non-monogamous, yeah.
No, I put non-ethical because that's one of the options. Now I don't have my phone because we're using it to record. But I'm like, wait a minute. I got to make a mental note to go back and look at that.
Well, and some of those groups are really fascinating because they explain how to stay safe.
Right.
And I mean, the swinger lifestyles, it's been around forever.
It's been around forever. I mean, dude,
here we got to talk about our parents or our grandparents
they've been
doing the key parties in the 60s and 70s.
I mean, well, that's what I'm getting at is it's always been a thing.
Yeah, the pineapples.
Yeah, it's always been a thing. We were just in an era where we didn't talk about it.
Correct.
I mean, growing up
we're more open to talk about sex now.
Now it's wide open.
Yeah, where it used to be very taboo. You didn't talk about that.
It was for
women
married
didn't
people.
talk about what they liked.
It's Christian, and we don't do that as Christians, and all the things. And it was very tied into religion, and you were slut shamed if you talked about shit.
Yes.
Look at her wearing that slutty shit. But then it's funny because you go back and watch those old school like Marilyn Monroe days where they were trying to break out. They were trying to break through that. Then they were like, we're pushing through this shit.
Yep.
We want to be slutty. And I'm like, I'm here for it. Shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everyone should go wear...
Sex sales. That's that way it's always been. It's that attraction side of it.
The thing about it, yeah. So we're getting more open about it. Growing up in the 80s, it was don't ask, don't tell.
I just think that we're too open.
We are too open about it because I think it waters it down and it takes away I like the taboo. I think
it's like, would you want to see a woman walking across in a revealing, tight fit dress or naked? Which is more appealing?
I want to think about what she would look like naked versus, damn, she's naked. You know what I mean? It just kills the surprise.
Yep.
But on the flip side, I got this joke where I'm like, hooked up with this chick and it was like unwrapping a present that was a shitty present. I'm like, fuck.
You're like, false advertising.
Damn it,
it's like all of the bra pads come out, and the butt pads come out.
That shit back in.
The makeup comes off. And it's a joke of the nowadays because there's some really talented women that do wonderful things with makeup. Throw her in the pool.
Yeah, you ain't even got to
make your first date a pool date.
Listen, you ain't even got to do that because the filters do it for you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I'm here for all the things, but it's there's got to be limits, man.
Yes.
And I think moderation in things. Again, I'm not homophobia before I say anything, but the whole battle we're having with the LGBT community about trans and bathrums and all these things. I get it on both sides.
But we have rage baiters that are making the situation
The media
worse.
is blowing it out of proportion a lot of times.
Yes.
I feel like somewhere someone said it's okay and we can talk about where the fuck we want. And it all went downhill after that.
Yep.
I
have to be careful of somebody's feelings.
Yes. I hate to say it, but when presidents say grab her by the pussy, like it kind of just changes things. Not being a Trump hater, because I don't care either way. I hate them all. Yeah. Politics in general. But I'm just like, I never thought in my lifetime I would hear that from a political person open to the world. It'd be different if they caught him on a recording or something.
Yeah.
But when it's like, no, I said it. This is what it is. I'm like, nothing's off the table anymore. We can say whatever the fuck we want in any context.
There is nothing that is controlling.
But then here's the
common decency.
Here's the fucked up part about that is that Now they're passing all these crazy laws on the back end of like, you can get in trouble for fucking slut shaming on Call of Duty or something. Like online playing video games, you can get in trouble if you go too far with the shit talking. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, make it make sense. Either we're allowed to go online and cuss at each other and talk shit, or we're not.
There's no safe space anymore.
There's not.
I mean, we're going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, we're about to wrap it up anyway.
But squirrel, there's no safe space because look what.
Say 543 or 643. 543, right?
Yep. So there's no safe space anymore.
I get it. We're trying to reel it back in and create these safe spaces again.
Yeah.
But I feel like shit's went so stupid. So it's hard.
Are you expressing your opinion should not put your life in danger?
No. I should be able to say whatever the hell I want.
Yeah. So like Charlie Kirk situation. Never was a fan of his.
No,
Never
I wasn't either.
But he was getting the dialogue started. He was good. He was challenging. He was challenging people to step up and come forward. Right. What I do not agree with.
I don't like his responses to a lot of shit.
Yes, I don't. What I don't agree with was people celebrating the violent, horrific death.
Yeah, that was
happened.
Crazy to me.
And that's an example of how we are not, as a society, we no longer have a safe space.
No, it was so wild. The whole thing. I didn't even know the dude. But of course, my conspiracy ass, when it hit, I was like, I've got
all sorts of conspiracy about that. That's another podcast.
It's a whole other podcast. I went down a rabbit hole because I was like, let me get a summary real quick of what the hell just happened. And I pull up to the bar and like, we're watching slow-mo of the next shot. And I'm just like, this is not a replay of a fucking kill shot on Call of Duty, guys.
This is there.
This
and
is real life.
Children are watching that.
I was like, this is fucking real life.
That's someone's father. That is
someone's husband. And then we wonder why our kids are so shell-shocked now. This is why they don't come out the house.
Yep.
This is why they don't come out of their bedroom. This is why they're antisocial. This is why they don't trust each other and their relationships are horrible. Mm-hmm. I was like, these are all the things. So it's like
we over-isolate and overprotect so a point where
it just gets worse and worse.
Not allowed to express themselves in healthy manners.
It gets worse and worse every generation too. Mm-hmm. Right now, I fucking stand on business, as the kids say. We're the worst parents ever. Our generation.
Oh, Generation X? Yeah.
Yeah, we're the worst fucking parents. We fucked it all up.
Yeah.
We did the whole, I'll never forget as a kid, like,
I'm never going to do that to my kid.
I'm going to treat my kids so good.
My kids are going to let them get anything they want.
Right. And we did. And now we're fucking stupid. Yep. And for anybody about to have kids, there's still hope. There's still hope.
I don't think the new generation is the new generation. I think
our generation will do better. I got faith. Because I think we've put them through so much trauma and they've seen so much of our bullshit. Like, my kid don't smoke weed. Like, my kid don't drink. Like, she don't do shit. There's stats right now that their generation is the least drinking generation ever. Like, alcohol sales are down because of it. The motherfucking alcohol companies and tobacco companies and all the people that we made fucking billionaires are starting to hurt. They're like, damn, I need motherfuckers to smoke again. I need people to drink.
You don't have their fix anymore.
We
just how screwed up our parents and our grandparents are.
Right.
Nope.
Exactly. So, I have faith because of that it's going to be different for our grandkids and shit. You know what I mean? I feel like they'll parent better than us, believe it or not. And I used to not think that. I'm actually having this whole thought in my head right now. I'm freestyling it where I'm like, you know what? I think my daughter would be a fucking great parent because I think she's seen the bullshit and not to what not do. You know what I mean? And I think we'll start
corrected too much.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I think their generation will start correcting things.
Yep.
Now, the only downside to that is, again, the technology, the fucking media, all the extra things they have working against them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what makes it so hard. Is we didn't have that shit, man. I snuck out and did crazy shit and didn't have to hear about it.
Yep. Because no
one knew. Nowadays, if they're alive, if the people with you are alive, you're fucked. Because someone got your ass on camera.
Yeah, someone took a picture.
Right.
Someone took a video.
I mean, nowadays, man, some crazy shit breaks out in the street. Everybody's so quick to fucking Snapchat it, they don't even try to help the situation.
Yeah.
And it's sad. You know what I mean? It's fucking sad. So I'm just like, for the love of whoever you believe in and the universe,
Yep.
Please help us get this shit back on track. Like, this is horrible.
Okay, can we beam us up now?
Right,
We're done.
beam me up, Scotty. I'm done down here.
We're done with this episode of Earth. The season needs to be done.
Don't get me on the fucking new conspiracy theory of we're in a time warp anyway.
Okay.
And I'm like, my algorithm feeds that shit to me late at night. We're a penal
colony. We have got so many weird things. We're the dumping ground of the universe. We're a penal colony.
I'm just like, what in the fuck? Is this even real life anymore? Jesus Christ. I'm over here like, can I just go back to Bill and Ted Day and build my perfect girlfriend? Shit. I mean, you can build her on AI, but that ain't going to help. I'm going to build one in AI. You got to get
that robot going then.
Oh, God. They tried to roll that shit out. They had fucking Kardashian over there posing with her robot next to her Lamborghini and shit. And then they did a recall because everybody shut the fuck up about the robots right after. I'm like, the Kardashians broke them. They're like, they didn't make it through the Kardashian clan. There's no way they're going to survive with a normal person.
No.
So I'm just like, shit. But we do got 600,000 robots in Amazon factories. So it's coming. The Terminator Day is coming.
Yes, Sarah Connor's going, why are you using that app?
Right.
Why are you using AI?
Exactly. Oh, no, don't even get me started on the fucking AI bullshit and how fucking in people's feelings they are. Jesus Christ. I'm like, get over it. You don't even know what's AI anyway. You never did. So I just fuck with people every day. I make sure to do one AI picture a day just to fuck with the Karens, man. And I'm getting so good at my AI, you're not going to be able to tell once I quit telling you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so fast forward, we'll start wrapping it up because I think we're probably on that hour mark.
Okay.
Dating sucks. You're dating at what, 52?
Thank you for lowering my age, but 53.
It's a shit show, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a shit show. So on that note, I always like to close out with like something inspirational for somebody that might be listening or hears it later or hears a clip when I chop it up. What do you recommend? And it's always the same. I already know the base of what you're going to say, but I don't.
Okay.
What do you say to someone that is divorced in their 50s, their 40s, whatever, that's dating again? Like what's the difference?
Be open-minded and don't be so restrictive.
Yeah.
Be open-minded. Don't be so restrictive. Be that not everyone's going to check your box.
Right.
It's not going to check all those boxes.
I think it goes back to figuring out the deal breaker boxes.
Know what's an absolute deal breaker.
And be open to the other things that you might not have explored before.
And be open for change.
Yeah, especially when we're talking sex and kinks
and don't stress out over it.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? I don't care.
Don't stress out over it.
I don't care if you don't text me for a day or two. I don't give a fuck.
Or like if I get you in the week.
Right. I don't care. I do care when I text you. You don't text me back in a couple of days now. Now it's different.
I know you read that.
Now you fucking read it. I had somebody once say, "Are you going to respond or at least turn your read receipts off?"
The thing is, and my daughters know this, I have this huge pet peeve about the fact that if I text you and you don't respond back, if I text you 5 times, that 5 is my limit.
Yeah.
If it's the 5th text that I've sent you and you have not responded, I'm going to lose myself on you.
Yeah.
I am not about public. I have no problem public shaming my daughters. Going, is anybody talking to her? Tell her to call her mother.
Yeah. She's missing. Has anyone seen her?
Yep. So I will do. I get pissy after that.
It's different when we're talking about family and close friends. I expect that.
But I have a busy life. I am a professional woman.
Me too. That's what I'm like.
And I don't expect someone to sit on the phone and respond to me. And for them to say...
Well, my problem is I don't necessarily like the text shit. I sat on the computer all day. I fucking started developing carpal tunnel.
Well, so things happen and I get busy.
I'd rather get on the fucking phone like we used to. Like, that's another thing that drives me crazy about dating sites and shit and just dating in general is that dude, I went on dates with people I haven't even talked to on the phone. I'm like, it took me to get them to a date to see them and talk to them on the phone. Mm-hmm. But our kids, they're FaceTiming before any of that shit happens. Yep. And it's normal. Everybody's okay with it. But people at 35 and up, FaceTime, no, I got to put makeup on and shit for that. And I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Or we can have a phone conversation like we did in the 80s.
Yeah.
Shit. I wish
lots of quarters in that time. Lots of quarters in that phone.
Or the one house phone, and you're like trying to drag the cord around to a corner.
The cord. Yep.
Yeah, you're trying to drag around the corner to a safe space where you can talk and not have to whisper. And I was the nerdy one, so when the dial-up come out, it was fucking horrible. Like, do not fucking pick the phone up. I'm downloading the new CD. That's going to take a week.
But going back to
the advice.
It definitely not taking yourself too seriously, and being open to the fact that someone you might connect with someone that you would never
that you thought you would have never connected with. Yeah.
And your preferences change.
They do. As we get older, as we deal with certain people that we thought was our type, I feel like there's so many different things nowadays. And I just feel like, keeping an open mind is a really good point, and being open to things, because you might like it.
Yeah.
You might actually like some of those things that you thought growing up in your little square ass world.
Or taboo. Yeah.
The taboo things. You know what I mean? So that's it for this episode, guys. Yep. Stay open-minded and be open to new experiences. You might like it. That's another episode of Dating Detours. If you've got a story from the wild world of dating apps or real life heartbreaks, we want to hear it. Share your story or book your guest spot at datingdetours.com. And remember, love's confusing, but the stories are always worth it.